I'm wondering if he left the bones out there as part of his, fetish, that somehow helped tide him over, because you said that he killed intermittently. I'm wondering if those bones were part of the fetish. I guess we don't know that, though.
He certainly got off on hiding in plain sight. And I don't know if you have the ability to incorporate a YouTube video into the show.
I do, yeah.
You should absolutely do this. I want you to actually see it, because this is one of the most chilling things that I think you'll see in a long time.
The Indiana Department of Transportation maintains over 11,000 miles of roadway, and we paint those miles of roadway each year, and this is just an isolated incident that happened.
The drive-by striping, whatever.
Herb Baumeister of Carmel saw it all.
I said to my son, they're going to hit that raccoon with a spray gun, and sure enough, they just striped right over its face and neck. Didn't even move it, no effort to, get it out of the way. So I happened to have a Polaroid with me, so I took a shot at the thing.
A raccoon, which met its demise on the yellow line, became one with the paint. The raccoon has since been removed. This is all that's left.
This was just, the painter should have had a chalk line drawn around his career by state officials. There was no excuse for that. The poor thing deserved a better fate than that.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
So, number one, Herb looks like he looks like a bank manager, right?
Right.
He looks so ordinary, like the neighbor you could have and never be suspicious of.
Well, it took me a second. I kind of thought he was the news reporter. It took me a second to really understand what I was looking at. Yeah.
So where he was standing, and that fence behind him, that fence is the property fence, the property line for Fox Hollow Farm. Okay. So a few hundred feet behind Herb and slightly off to one side, the bodies of how many but double digits victims that he put there are decomposing, and he's getting angry about a raccoon that got spray painted over.
Right.
Can you believe the front of this guy?
Yeah.
Right.
Because his concern was about a job well done. It wasn't really.
Yeah.
It wasn't really about that animal.
How dare they, though? This poor raccoon deserves so much better.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he says. And you've got the bodies of his victims festering. So that's the only that I'm aware of anyway, video footage of Herb, and it was to complain about the body of a raccoon being treated disrespectfully. Imagine the kind of mindset of a man that can do that, knowing what's behind him. And I talked to the victim that escaped. He was kind enough to come back to Fox Hollow, and actually we interviewed him for the book, and he said based on his experience of Herb, he thought that Herb very much enjoyed the gloating aspect of, you guys have no idea what's going on. Watch this hand, but you have no idea what the other hand is doing. That he actually got off on pulling a fast one on all the viewers that he would get on his side from that footage. If you don't know who that man is in the video, it's the dullest piece of footage on YouTube, right? But once you know the backstory, it's horrific.
Yeah, well, it makes sense that he's sort of, because when you were first telling the situation with the pool and the mannequins, it led me to believe that he wanted an audience but knew it wasn't an option.
Yeah, and I was told that Herb used to refer to himself in the third person, and that he'd come up with a backstory for most of these mannequins. They all had names, and according to his so-called the victim that got away. He actually said the owner, Herb spoke of himself in the third person, and he said the owner of Fox Hollow Farm does not like to be alone.